This week's Parshas, Parshas Shelach, the Torah describes to us the episode of the Meraglim, the spies, that they came to Eretz Yisrael to spy out the land, to see what the land was all about. And they came back with terrible Lashon Hara. And one of the very first things that the Torah tells us that they said was as follows: Eretz oicheles yoshvehahi. This is a land that eats its inhabitants. They came into Eretz Yisrael and they saw Levites. They saw people dying left, right and center. And they came back to report to Klal Yisrael saying, we can't live here. How can we enter such a place when people are dying all the time? Rashi, however, tells us the other side of the story. Rashi tells us that the Rabbi Shalom specifically set it up this way so that the people in Eretz Yisrael at the time when the spies entered would not notice the spies because they were busy with Levites, because they were busy burying their dead. So what the spies saw as something terrible was actually the most amazing thing. It was something that was really good for them. What an incredible lesson. How many times in our lives do things happen that are just not going right? They look bad, they look terrible, but really we don't realize and we don't always see that the Rabbi Shalom is doing it for our own good. We took the boys this week to Moshav Azaria and we met the most incredible couple. A couple that 7 years ago decided to keep the very first Shemitah Kahalocha. They left the land completely, which was an incredible act of Mesiras Nefesh. We saw the fields. We heard their stories. It was the most amazing chizuk. And one of the things they told us was as follows. Right before Shemitah 7 years ago, they were very nervous. The farmer, the husband, said to his wife, this is going to be terrible. We've just invested thousands in agriculture, in the ground, in the greenhouses. What's going to be with all our produce? What's going to happen to all the money we put in? How are we going to survive? But they just said, we're going to do it anyway. It looked bad. But what happened? What happened was, after Shemitah, at the end, one of the major companies that used them, that bought vegetables from them, that spread it all over Eretz Yisrael and exported to Chutz La'aretz, actually decided to renew the contract. And the farmer said, when we were able to renew the contract, we renewed it on our terms. We were able to get a better side of the deal because of what happened. And he said what we thought looked bad, what was going to be terrible, ended up being the most amazing thing. This is the message of this week's parasha. Sometimes we go through life and we think things are looking bad, they're not going our way, what's going to happen? But don't worry, this week's parasha teaches us that the Rabbi Shalom has a plan and everything is being done for our good. Have a beautiful Shabbos.